Oh my God, Addy, I don't know about you, but I see an AFC South championship in the
Mm,
future, the near future, after
mm.
the Colts schedule release. What are you thinking, man? Because I thought it was a pretty favorable schedule. I know you mentioned that you thought maybe in the beginning it might be a little difficult, but what are
I'm
your
a little
thoughts?
less optimistic. I think there's a realistic chance that the Colts start the season 0-2. I know. Don't joke,
Anthony
bro.
Richardson's number one fan is not optimistic.
No, I'm sorry. This is a very difficult schedule. Not very difficult. I'm sorry. It's actually one of the easier schedules in the NFL. But
Yeah.
compared to last season, it's a lot harder. And last season's schedule was much easier. Um, I mean, if you want to just Logan get right into it, like first and foremost, game one at home against the Dolphins. We all know the Dolphins, whatever, like they end up not playing up to par. Mike McDaniel's not necessarily the greatest coach post like week 8, but like Tua's always on top of it. Week 1, Tyreek Hill's pissed off probably because of the Colts schedule release that we gave of him and handcuffs. He wasn't pissed off. He tweeted that he wasn't, but like,
Yeah, I feel like he played it off pretty well, but he
yeah.
might have been, like, low key pissed, but didn't wanna show it, you know?
And the Colts week 1 woes. We got to pull it up right there. The Colts week 1 woes. Like we've never won week 1 like the what past 7 years, 8 years.
Yeah, it's been a minute. I think since 20 what is it, since 2013 now? It
That
was I
long? Oh
know
my
I know it was
god.
way back
12
in the Luck
years?
era. Yeah, it's
That's
been quite
crazy.
some time. Yep.
It's insane. So I don't have a lot of high hopes for that. Like I put an L there. I could see it being a W. It's one of my go either way games, but because of the curse and because the Dolphins play pretty well, week 1, 2, 3, 4, and Tua probably won't be concussed. I
Mhm.
have them losing, but I don't know where you're sitting at.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Okay, so Addy's officially going L for week 1 against the Dolphins at home, might I
At
add.
home.
But again, the Colts have not had a great track record
Mhm.
over the last few years playing at
Mhm.
home, of their home openers rather. Excuse me, but I I tend to agree with you. I think of the first 2 games, I see the Colts probably splitting 1-1. Um, I told you a little bit about it before the pod, but you wanted me to wait for it. So this is what I was trying to tell you.
Mhm.
I think I think the Colts, they play up to their competition, right? So I do think that the Denver Broncos, there's going to be a little bit of a revenge factor from last year of them being the team
Oh,
that
don't
basically
remind us.
knocked the Colts out of the playoffs, for all intents and purposes. Um, so I think the Colts will sort of play up to their competition there on the Broncos.
Best
The
defense though in
Dolphins
the
for
NFL, Logan. I mean, that's a
Mhm.
scary ass
No, I
defense, and they just added
trust me,
more.
I get it, yeah. I 100% get it, but I like them in a bounce back game there, because the Dolphins, they're kind of like they're kind of a mystery, like a question mark for me. I don't know if they're, gonna go right back to being like that AFC contender again, like if Tua's fully healthy. I'm not really sure what to make
I don't
of
think they
the
will be, but I just think they
Yeah,
start off really strong every single season, and
yeah.
they're fast as fuck. Fast as
They're very
fuck, boy.
fast, very
Very
talented.
fast.
Yeah, I think they could like shock the Colts a little bit, like wake them up. Like maybe the Colts might not be ready for an
Yeah,
opponent like that with all the speed. So I
that's
like
what it
that. I
feels
would
like.
go. I probably would say loss at home week 1 against the Dolphins, and then I'm gonna go W, big
Okay.
dubs against the Broncos. I actually think it won't be close either. I think they beat
Oh,
them
wow.
by comfortably by 2 touchdowns.
Oh,
So, I think
wow.
it's gonna be
Okay.
like a
That's bold.
revenge game, and it's gonna get
Logan,
you and I pumped, get you and
you're
I talking. So,
you're not gonna be on freezing cold takes, are you? On Twitter?
I've
Someone's gonna
I've
clip
already
this.
been on so many freezing cold takes, so I'm a veteran. I'm used to
Not to
it.
foreshadow my record, I will say, Colts fans, bear with me. You will be very happy by the end of this video about what my record for the Colts is going to be. It's just not very optimistic in the beginning, the first
In
couple
the
of
beginning,
weeks of the
yeah.
season. So, yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
and
you
we're gonna
had
go
a
through and give you our whole, prediction here, guys, so just
100%.
make sure you stick with us until the end here, and, yeah, we'll give you our
So
final record predictions.
Logan went 1-1, losing the Dolphins, beating the Broncos by 2 touchdowns. You heard it here, Pro Fan
2
Logan.
tutters, 2
I
tutters.
had 2 tutters. I had L and L. I just don't think, once again, week one woes, and then the Denver Broncos, their defense is way too good. They added on the offensive side of the ball. So I have 0-2. I think we probably have similar outcomes here for the Titans game. I have a W. I actually have the Colts sweeping the Titans, not to get ahead of things. I just think it's going to happen again for the third
Hmm.
straight season. Um, Not sure what your thoughts there, but
Nothing would make me happier, my friend.
hell yeah.
Love to see a sweep of the Titans. All
Hell
my
yeah.
homies hate the
Hate the Titans.
Titans.
Dude, it used to be like the Texans and the Jags. I just hate the Titans now. Like they're just like my
Yeah,
least favorite team outside of the Pats in the NFL and the Bears.
their logo's ugly, their colors are ugly,
Yeah.
their
Fuck Cam
quarterback
Ward.
is terrible.
Yeah, Cam Ward, you
Uh,
suck.
Everyone's just awful. The
Mhm.
town is cool, but the
Oh, very
team
fun.
is ass.
Yeah, agreed.
Even
Sweeping the
when they're good,
Titans.
I'm just gonna call them ass.
Yeah, 100%. Like even that 2017 miraculous run where they
Ass,
ended up being in the AFC Championship.
ass.
Ass carried by Derrick Henry. Ass. Okay, so I think we both agree there at W.
Yep.
Away against the Rams, I have an L. I mean, this team, I think this Rams team is going to be like NFC Championship bound this season. They're a really good team, really good young team on defense, and then explosive on the offensive side of the ball. So I have an L, and the Colts starting 1-3 to start the season.
I'm gonna go dub there, actually.
Okay, you had a little
Yeah, I'm gonna
2-2
go dub
action.
there. Yep, 2-2.
2-2. Okay, I like what I
Yep.
see. I
So
think
I'm going 2-2, you're going one and
One and
three.
three. Yep.
Yep.
I think we do go on a bit of a winning record, though. I have us winning 2 games at home after this. So the Raiders and the Cardinals, I
Mhm.
have both being dubs. I think they both are swing either way games. Like I would not be surprised if the Colts lose either of these games with a revamped
Yep.
coaching staff and uh, you know, etc. on the Raiders. And Ashton Genty scares the fuck out of me, and Geno Smith's a lot more intimidating than Aiden O'Connell. And then Kyler Murray, I think they did a phenomenal job on the defense side of the ball, going heavy defense. And Kyler Murray's Kyler Murray, Trey McBride, Marvin Harrison Jr., James Conner. It's a good team, but
They
I
got
have
some
2
they got
dubs.
some playmakers over there, yeah.
Yeah. I got 2 dubs there, so 3-3 for me. I don't know where you're
2
sitting.
dubs. I'm gonna go, loss, at home against the Raiders. I think that's gonna be one of those games where Colts are the Colts are supposed to win, or the Colts are, like, picked to win, and it's gonna be one of those ones where they play down a little bit to their competition. Because, like you
We
mentioned,
suck
the
at
rate
home too, for some reason.
yeah, and like you mentioned, the Raiders are a more than capable team with the roster that they've put together in the offseason and getting Genty, as you mentioned, especially upgrading majorly at the quarterback position with Geno Smith.
Yeah. They might
So
be the
yeah, I'm
most
gonna
improved
go.
team aside of the
Yeah,
Pats,
yeah, I could see
the
that.
Bears.
I think they could make a genuine case, a legitimate case for most improved team, the Raiders.
Yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
but I'll go loss there, and then I'll go W against the Cardinals. I think the Colts, they tend to play. I don't know what it's been, and it might be their in recent years their great linebacker play and some of their like slot corner play with Kenny Moore, but they tend to play running quarterbacks pretty decently
Hmm.
well. Maybe not necessarily like RPO running quarterbacks, but like quarterbacks that extend plays and get outside the pocket. Because the Colts do have some like really quick playmakers on the edge and at linebacker and at the
Yep.
corner position. So I go W there against the Cardinals,
Me
putting
and
me at what would that be
4-2, I think,
four
for
and
you.
two? Yeah,
3-3
okay,
for
yeah.
me, yeah.
Hmm.
Me and my homies all hate the bird teams, man. Fuck the
The bird
Cardinals.
team,
We beat them in the Christmas game with Carson Wentz. We beat the
dude.
Ravens with Gardner Minshew. Man, we hate the bird teams. Fuck the
Yeah.
bird teams and running quarterbacks. To your point, except
Yep.
love you, AR. Okay, so you were at 4-2. I'm at 3-3. I have an L away at the Chargers. I think this Jim Harbaugh team is going to take the next step in year 2, and they're very, very good. Hard for me to. And one thing too, Logan, before I get too ahead of myself, Colts fans notice
Mhm.
this: a lot more 425 games this season than
Yeah.
1 p.m. games.
Yeah,
So
405, 425, yep.
a lot more. So I mean, that's something
Which
to look into. I don't
I
like it.
don't know how I feel about. We'll get into that in a bit,
I don't
'cause,
like it.
later I was gonna highlight my thoughts on the primetime game, but, yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know how I feel about the 425 starts because by the time the game's over, it's, like, just evening time, and I'm just
Yeah.
like, yeah,
At least
so
we can watch all the noon games on Red Zone now and like not have
true.
to worry about watching the Colts at the same time. So
Yeah, a little bit
I
less
guess that works.
stressful, I guess, right at 1
Yeah.
o'clock.
You
So
can enjoy the 12 p.m. fantasy slate. It's nothing. nothing
Right.
too crazy, but I had an L here. I don't know if you had a W with the Chargers, but
Let me see. Yeah, it would be pretty absurd if the Colts went into SoFi and beat both the Rams and the Chargers. So
yep.
I guess I'll give them an L there too, because I mean, that's going to be tough to go West Coast, couple games, and then West Coast again. Which
Yeah.
I don't know about that one. NFL schedule makers. I'm not sure how logistically sound that was, but anyways,
100%.
um, so yeah, I'll go
100%.
L there too. So put me at
Yeah, so you're
four
4
and
and
four.
3. You're in 4 and 3.
4 and 4, I thought.
That's only
Wait,
7
1,
games.
2 okay, yeah, 4 and 3, my
And
bad.
I'm at
Yeah,
3
4
and
and 3.
4. I
Yep.
have, not to get too out of myself, the next 3 I have as dubs
Mm,
for the Colts. So I think, like I said, I think we sweep the Titans. Titans are the Titans. We've talked about it. Steelers, for some reason, Steichen is really good against the Steelers, and it's 2-0 with AR Minshew and Joe Flacco at the
yeah.
helm. So for some reason, he knows how to exploit their sub linebackers, and they can't guard Josh Downs, and we beat the Steelers. So I'm going to take it as a dub, and then I won't get too ahead of myself. But
Yeah, I'll go dub as well, putting me at, let's see, 6 and 3, I believe.
okay, and I'm at
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm at 6 and 4. So you're probably 7 and
Wait.
3.
No, because that's only did you do Falcons already too?
No, I haven't included them actually. Yeah, you're right. I had a
Okay.
Falcons being a dub in Germany, guys. We get a
Okay.
Germany game.
Yeah,
Pretty
yeah.
fucking
Okay,
exciting.
so you're doing Falcons too. Yeah, I'll go, oh, yeah, I guess I'll go, I don't even know. Man,
So
that's tough.
I have the Colts 6 and 4 going to the
It's a
bye week.
toss-up game, really, the Berlin. It's always a toss-up game for
Hey, Colt, it's a
any
home
team
game
that's
though.
playing internationally, you know?
It's a home game though. The Colts play really well in Germany. We have a lot of fans in Germany.
It's true.
But and last time we played in
I'm
Germany
actually
was
33%
Patriots.
German, so let's
No
go.
shit.
Yeah,
Ah. Ich habe Geburtstag im Juni. That means my birthday's in June.
exactly. I need to brush up on my German before that game.
Are you going to it?
Yeah, let me give them a dub there too, because I do think you're right. I Colts have played decent in the international games. Besides, was it against the Jaguars? I think in London where they
Uh
shit the bed, or did they end up getting the dub there? I think they lost
did
that
we
game.
ever play the Jags in London? I don't remember playing
Mhm.
them in London.
Yeah, yeah, it was like
Okay.
2017, yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
I think they lost that one. But, yeah, I'll go dub there too, so that's kinda crazy, 7 and 3. I mean, if 7 and 3 is accurate, I might be shitting my pants at that point in the season, I'll be honest. So
That would be insane. I'm at 6 and 4 right now.
okay,
So,
okay.
which
Yeah,
I think is genuinely insane. Like I could see this team being 5 and 5 or 4 and 6. I'm
yeah,
just a little optimistic towards like the middle of the
yeah.
season
I
compared
don't
to the
think it's
beginning.
a ridiculously hard schedule at the beginning, though, I will say that. I think it gets potentially actually a little bit harder towards that back 4, 5 games
Yeah, it's where it
because of
matters
the
the
divisional
most.
opponents and then because of the unfamiliar opponents with the NFC, but
And
we'll get to
4 out
that.
of our 6 divisional games, guys, being played post bye, which we typically
Yeah.
haven't seen. We play a lot of divisional games in the front
I
half of
don't
the
like
season.
that.
So
I don't
I
like
also
that at
like that the
all.
bye is week 11, not week
Mhm.
14 like it was last season. So
We had
early
the Colts
bye.
had the last bye, like one of the last buys.
Crazy,
Yeah.
man. It's crazy. I
Okay,
know
so
what
I
you're
go we'll
probably
go 7 and 3 into the bye for me, and for you,
6 and
you're
4.
going 6 and 4. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know you're probably gonna make this Chiefs game a dub since we own Patrick Mahomes. I just feel like we're not gonna beat Mahomes this time around, so I have them being 6 and 5 with an L here. But Colts fans always tell me we always beat Mahomes, and yeah, we do. But
You know
I'm
what?
still not
I
optimistic.
don't care. Give me the young stallion, Anthony
Mm,
Richardson, to get his
mm.
first true dub over Patrick Mahomes.
Logan, are you calling this game 8 and 3
8
right
and
now?
3. I swear to God, people are gonna start putting the homer tag on me, but we're going 8 and 3. We don't care
Okay.
here. This is a Colts pod.
Hey, Logan said eight
Let's
and three.
go.
I said I'm at 6 and 5 right now. Texans game, I have a dub. I have a splitting with the Texans. So 7 and 5 for me.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
do a little whoopsie woo and say the Texans beat the Colts at Lucas Oil,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna reverse it at the end. I'm gonna say
Okay.
we win on the road.
Okay.
But yeah, too many wins in a row. I gotta I gotta put a loss in there for the boys. I'm
What's
sorry.
the
Uh,
justification? Too many
yeah,
wins.
too many wins in a row. Too many wins in a row. We gotta temper those expectations a bit.
Yeah.
So yeah, 8-4 for me. I'm gonna go
And I'm
loss against the
cool.
Texans
I'm at 7-5. Do we need to talk about the next game? 7-6.
away. Oh, that's a
Oh wait,
loss. Yep,
yeah, that's a lot.
that's a back to back loss against for me against the Texans
Yep,
and Jags. Yep, yep.
yep, yep.
No,
Okay,
no questions asked. No
so
questions asked.
I'm at 7-6. You're at 8-5.
8-5.
Yep.
Yes.
So
Wow.
you're 8-5. I'm
Still wouldn't
seven
hate
and
it.
six. Yeah, I
Still
wouldn't
wouldn't
hate it.
hate it. 5.
Wouldn't hate it at all. I wouldn't hate 7-6. Like that's a
Yeah,
pretty
wouldn't
good
hate it.
position to be in. Seahawks, I had as a dub, a sneaky dub that could go either way because it's a good defense, decent offense now. Cooper Kupp, JSN, Kenneth Walker, Sam Darnold, but I have as a dub, and the Colts being 8-6.
Okay, so I'm gonna go loss at Seattle. I think there's a tough 3-game losing streak. So
Okay.
Texans, Jags, Seahawks. We're gonna go 8-6.
Okay. I'm 8-6 too, so we're both
It's
tied
tough to
there.
play in Seattle. That's a tough
Yeah.
place to play. Always.
Agreed. Agreed. So we're both sitting at 8-6. I have the Niners game. By the way, primetime game, our only Monday night football game, our only true primetime game outside of like the 4:15 games. Um, at home against the Niners. Interesting Niners team. Didn't really know if they got better in the offseason. A little bit younger. Gonna pay Brock Purdy $55 million a year. Give me the dub. Give me I know it's not gonna be a rain game because it's indoors. Give me a Michael Pittman Jr. Moss game, PI game, just like the last time they played with Carson Wentz at QB. 9-6, Indianapolis Colts.
In the Indiana Knights unis,
Yeah, that'd be so sick, dude.
masterpiece.
You want to go to this game?
Dude, I would love to, man. I mean, I always try to go to as many primetime games as I can, so that would
I
be
think this would be a fun one to
fantastic.
go to. We should go to
Yeah.
this one.
So I'm gonna go dub, and then
Cool.
I'm just gonna finish it off here. I'm gonna go
Yeah.
dub. So I think
Wow.
after
Okay.
the 3-game losing streak, I like playing the Jaguars at home, right? The Colts usually play the Jaguars pretty well at home,
Hmm.
not in Jacksonville. And then I think they go on the road in one of those really tight, potentially for the division games into Houston, and they get it done. I love that storyline. I hope that it's exciting down the stretch again between those two teams, and I think it's one of those games that gets flexed potentially into a primetime game. I
Oh
really
yeah.
do. That's why they put it as the TBD because I
It
think
always
the schedule
happens, right?
makers know. I
You're
know. I
right.
think they
It's
know.
always
I
the
think they know that
Texans.
Colts Titans, Colts Texans is going to be down to the wire there for who's
Yep.
going to win the AFC South. So yeah, I like the Colts to go
So you like the Colts
into
winning
Houston
the
and
division
hit the dub.
and yeah, winning the division at 11-6. Is that what you've got there?
Winning the AFC South, as I mentioned at the beginning of the pod,
Wow.
I
Okay. Here we
think the
go.
Colts finally get it done. Here's my question to you, though,
Hmm.
after you tell me if you think they're going to win the division.
Hmm.
Does winning the division alone, if it's a first round exit in the playoffs, is
It
that
keeps your
enough
job.
to keep Chris Ballard?
Yeah, I'll answer that question. I have the Colts, by the way, beating the Jags, and then losing to the Texans. So 10-7. So 11-6, 10-7. You said 11-6
You
wins the
said,
division.
yeah,
I
10
don't
and 7
know.
for you. Yep.
Yeah, I don't know if 10-7 wins the division, but I do think it's a wild card team. It's tough in the AFC. Like 10-7 could miss, but I do think we make a wild card. Um, my thing here is I think regardless, as long as the Colts make the playoffs, Chris Ballard, Shane Steichen, AR/Daniel Jones's jobs are safe. I don't necessarily
Daniel
agree.
Jones.
I don't know who's
AR
starting
slash
though.
Daniel Jones. I don't know how safe
I
Colts
want
Nation is if
I
Daniel
wa-
Jones is the starter. I'll be
I
honest.
want it to be AR. You know this more
Yeah,
than
yeah,
anyone. I don't know who's going to be at the helm though. The Colts are an unpredictable team my entire life, and
that's
especially since
fair.
Andrew Luck. So,
That is
um,
very fair, and I appreciate your humbleness and the realistic
what I
nature
will
to that
say
approach.
though, what I will say though, humble nature. What I will say is that Colts at 11-6 winning the division. Ballard, Steichen probably keep their job. Colts, even if they lose round one at home, Colts at 10-7, not winning the division, but making the playoffs and losing. Higher likelihood they lose their job, but I still think they retain it. Just because, I mean, if you think about it, and we've talked about this in previous episodes, I don't see Jim Irsay paying
Yeah,
Frank Reich, Chris Ballard, a new GM, Shane Steichen through 29, and a new head coach. for the next 3 years or 4 years.
Yeah,
So,
I think it is playoffs or bust. I mean,
has to
I
be.
think it has to be, right? Like
Has to be.
it's been it's been long enough now to where it's starting to become this trend or a streak per se, and Jim Irsay is not gonna he's not gonna stand for it. He's still living in the 2006 Colts era. So I'm like,
Yeah, he
there's
is.
no way he stands for a 5, 6, 7 year playoff drought. I
I
feel
don't
like it
believe it.
has to be, playoffs are bust this year.
Yeah, I'll be pissed if they keep their job. I'll be pissed, but this is the time of hope where Logan says the Colts go 11-6. I say the Colts go 10-7. Colts fans, I hope you enjoyed the schedule release because it was really. I was anticipating it. We knew who the players or we knew who they were
Yeah.
playing, but just knowing when they're going to play it is a lot
Yeah.
more fun for Logan and I to kind of play this game of, as fans, fanatics. How do we think they're going to end up
Yeah.
faring? And I think 11-6, 10-7 might be higher than a lot of people expected, but we're fans first.
Also, real quick, want to put it out there on the podcast. I'm circling that Steelers game on
Mm,
the road. Be pretty sick if we could all make it.
let's
Me,
go to that one.
you, Rice. Let's do it.
Yes, let's go. I'm
Yeah,
down to go
I
to the
got to go to a
Steelers game.
couple this year, and I'm like, that would be one that's drivable. Same with
Yes,
that Chiefs game. So yeah, I'm
I
excited
think
to go to some away games this year too.
I think the away games I'm for sure are going to be the Steelers game,
Mm.
and if I go visit my buddy in LA, I potentially go to the October 19th Chargers game. Um,
Bruh, if you do,
would you
I'll
come?
catch a flight, dude.
Oh, we could do that. I'm down for that.
Yeah,
I'm so down for that. And then
that would be sick.
home games, I'm definitely gonna do Niners, Indiana Knights, and then I'm gonna catch a couple in the beginning. So I think I'll probably miss the season opener and I'll go to the um, Broncos game
Yeah,
instead, which I think will be a lot of fun. And then
yeah.
one other game. I don't
I
know
don't
which one
want to go
yet.
to the home opener, bro. Like
Yeah, I don't want to.
I can't, man. Like I just don't trust. I don't trust the team to get
Yeah.
the dub, and I just don't want to be pissed off
Yeah. I
again
might get pissed off week
week
two,
one.
but like whatever.
Yeah.
I just want to drink beers and watch the first game at home and
Yeah.
just enjoy week one of NFL
Not
football
all
and
the
watch
freaking
everything.
anxiety. Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanna watch everything. And then week 2, I'll watch the noon games at whatever bar in Indy, and I don't know if you wanna go to that game, and then we can catch it together or something, but
Yeah.
I don't yeah, we'll figure that out. But thanks, Colts fans, for listening in to the Colts schedule release, uh, content and episode here. Make sure to follow us here on and subscribe to us on YouTube, TikTok,
Yes.
Twitter, Instagram, you name it. We're on all socials, WeChat,
We are
MeChat.
growing.
We're growing. We're growing pretty fast, and we love it, and
Yes.
that's thanks to all of you guys. So we appreciate it. It's thanks to Logan too. Logan edits pretty fucking well, so make sure you watch this whole thing from start to beginning. Um, but once again, appreciate you guys hopping in, and as always, go Colts.
Go Colts, baby. Let's go.